Good morning, everyone. Let's kick it off. How are you? It's a Friday. Let's kick things off for you this morning for the Real Monica Adams mobile version from our home. If you are new to the show, that's right. I come to you from my house on Fridays. Actually, sorry, usually on Thursdays, but we have a bonus one here on a Friday. Normally we're at Mark Anthony's in Kirkwood, but we switch some things around. My dogs love it. I get a chance to stay here with them and come to you and give you some blessings. I've been taking you all around my home in all of these segments, so I get a chance to show you a little bit. I also wanted to do this to see how many of you are already decorating for Halloween. Now, we've got the fall decorations up, the pumpkins, we've got the wreaths up, candles are going in the background. Jim's got some of our Halloween decorations out, which I might get a chance to show you in a little bit. But how many of you are already decorating for Halloween? Now, here's the crazy ones. How many of you have everything ready to go for Thanksgiving or have already bought everything for Christmas? That's what I want to know today. We're going to have a little fun with you, but I'm also going to go to one of our followers, our listeners, our viewers' comments, and then any comments that you have, any questions that you have. This is a little laid back. We get to relax a little bit more, and you get to tell me topics that you want me to cover. Good morning, Linda Eckert. As you pop on, I'd love for you to say good morning. Tell me where you're watching from. Hey, Leona. And then tell me how many of these shows you have been sharing and following with your friends, your family, people all over. So there's a woman in from the Villages in Florida. Good morning, beautiful Tina. All right, everybody, let me introduce you, by the way. If you didn't see Tina on the program on Wednesday, we did Wet Your Whistle Wednesday with Tina and with Michelle. Tina is my sister-in-law, and she will be popping in and giving you moderation, comments, links that you need, etc., like Michelle has been doing for the last several months. So Tina's going to be training with Michelle through next week, and then she takes over for a couple of weeks while Michelle goes and gets to enjoy Malta. Malta, yes, she's going to Malta with her mother and a bunch of her mom's friends, which should be so much fun. Hi, Julie Fabian. Linda said, I mixed a little Halloween in with fall. Yep, we have a few Halloween things outside. Kathy, good morning to you. Decorate for fall more than Halloween. No Christmas until after Thanksgiving. That's really, truly what I was going to bring up today. How many of you are like me where you say, no, one holiday at a time, folks, one holiday at a time. But I went into the store the other day and they have a mishmash of everything. Christmas is there, Thanksgiving's there, they've got fall there, they've got Halloween there. They probably have stuff for Valentine's and 4th of July. There's way too much out at the stores right now that you're like, hold on, calm down. It's only October, and it's only October 13th. We still have a couple of weeks, few weeks until we get to Halloween, first of all. So you do kind of have to mix things in, right? For maybe fall and Halloween, because suddenly Halloween's here. But those of you that do Christmas before the other holiday is over, stop it, please. This is the whole thing about calming down and being present and being in the moment and allowing one thing to happen so you don't feel overwhelmed. I just don't get it. I understand that it feels like it comes up like this, but I just don't want to walk into a store and have Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving all throw up in my face. And that is what I feel like. It's everywhere. And you're like, enough. I don't think Christmas, this is just me, please. I mean, I'm listening to viewpoints. I don't think Christmas decorations should be out there yet. That's just me. Can people start to buy Christmas gifts because they want to put them aside? And I don't know if they start to put them. What do I want to say? I don't know if they start to wrap them. Maybe, because you're very, very organized, and that's awesome. But I just don't want to see Christmas decorations. It's a little crazy. So tell me what you think about that. Michelle says she's trying to moderate a little bit while they drive. Don't do that. You just relax and enjoy the show. Tina's got it. House is all fallish, Leona says. I don't do Halloween. Oh, okay, so you don't do Halloween decorations at all. I'm going to turn this camera a little bit. I'm going to show you. So we just started. Jim's so sweet. Jim bought this from a place called Tallulah's in Cottleville. I don't know if you can see way back there. We've got a little jack-o'-lantern. We got a little crazy Frankenstein looking guy. Oh, the other guy doesn't look like he's lit up. But anyway, those are so cool. Those were probably my favorite new decorations that we got. And again, Geraldine, little shout out from Tallulah's in Cottleville. I'm actually trying to get a bunch of like Public Schoolhouse and Frankie Martin's. They have that food court. If you've never been to Cottleville, such a cool place. And I'm trying to get some things from them for our big silent and live auction, which I'll tell you about in just a second. Good morning, Anne. Have a great Friday to you. Yeah, Anne was going to work out with me today, but she was left solo. All the girls had to back out. So that's actually why I get a chance to come to you today. Hopefully you get that workout in, everybody. Anne said she was going to get up at Adams early so she could go and train by herself, which is called motivation, everybody. Linda, I'm crafting for Christmas, but I need to in order to keep up with them. All right, Kathy, let's see. Hi, everybody. Have a good weekend. All right. This is the difference. Okay. Michelle says, my Christmas tree is up now, but it's decorated for fall. So that's my question to all of you. She started that a while back, and I actually see that a lot in stores now. How many of you have a tree? So let's not call it a Christmas tree. You have a tree that you decorate now for Halloween, and then you put Thanksgiving stuff on it. Then you put Christmas stuff on it. And then do you do another holiday? Do you leave it up for like New Year's and do like New Year's stuff? Do you do a Valentine's tree? Do you do what would be next? Easter tree, a 4th of July tree? Do you just leave a tree that you then decorate and it's no longer quote unquote a Christmas tree? Here's why I asked this. When I was in my teens, I came up with an idea that is now out there. And everybody keeps saying, stop saying your ideas, Monica, because people jump on them. I thought, why can't you have lights up year round on your house that you can turn from Christmas lights to Valentine's lights, to Easter lights, to 4th of July lights, so that you're always having the change of the season. And everybody always seems to be happier, don't they? When you see lights up, and they usually go up, hopefully, right after Thanksgiving, don't you get happier around that season? I mean, I know it's snowing and people get frustrated with that, but it seems like you can flip the I'm getting ticked off at the snow to the happiness when you see the lights all lit up on homes. And then everybody wants to take them down so quick because they feel like, oh, Christmas is over. Someone's going to judge me if my lights are up too long. First of all, do what you want to do. And if you wanted to change them to lights that were for other seasons, that's my point. I came up with that idea when I was in my teens. And then my sister, Cindy, said, yeah, let's market it. Let's do it. So we both said we had that idea. And now guess what? Trim Light St. Louis. That's exactly what they do. So kudos to you for following through and doing it. I just need to keep these ideas and then do them because I swear everybody follows it. Now, Michelle, she talks about the trees. Her Christmas tree is up, but decorated for fall. And she said, I usually have it decorated for Halloween, but we aren't having a party this year. So I skipped to our thankful for wine tree, complete with a wine cork garland that she made. Anybody else do that? Let's find out. By the way, if you're just tuning in, I'm Monica Adams, the real Monica Adams. We started the show back in March. And boy, have we been having a great time together, whether I'm at my home, whether I'm at the studio, which by the way is in Brentwood. It's right across from the Galleria, in case you've ever wanted to know. We're up on that 17th floor. We have the most beautiful view of Brentwood and Clayton, and we can see downtown, those beautiful sunrises that come up. We see all of those. We actually would love to get a sponsor so that we can put a camera on the roof so that I can say, hey, George, let's go to the rooftop camera, whatever that sponsor is. And we would regularly be using that. So if you or someone you know would like to become a sponsor, boom, here's my email address on the bottom of the screen. It's info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. If you want to be a sponsor, you want to be a part of our evening with The Real Monica Adams at Clayton Winehouse, November 4th. So you could be a sponsor regularly of the show, or you could just sprinkle it in and say, gosh, I know Monica talks about those sponsors a lot. I'd really get a lot of attention. Well, yeah, why don't you just sprinkle it in and try it out? November 4th, 6 to 8 p.m., Clayton Winehouse. I'm talking about unbelievable food. Trattoria Marsala, providing all the food. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Christine, Joey, the entire staff there. We did a beautiful piece on them. If you haven't seen it, it's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's one of our last shows in the last week or so that we have provided to you. And everyone's been talking about, I got to get in there. That food looks amazing. It is, but you've got to try it for yourself. And if you can't get into their actual restaurant before November 4th, then please come out. have incredible food. You'll have some wine tastings. You'll have whiskey tastings. Then you figure out what is the whiskey or wine that you really love. Go ahead and get a bottle of that or a glass of that. Go off to your table, mingle, come around, talk to me. We're going to have a live auction and a silent auction, and boom, 100% of the proceeds from the live and silent auction are going to Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. And they have 2 locations, by the way, Lake St. Louis and Cottleville. They have Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa, but it's the rescue aspect that I was really excited about. So Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. And if they will allow, I'm asking the guys if we can have some of the dogs there. And you know who I want there. Cristiano. Cristiano got my heart when I went in, and I have got to get that little boy adopted. He's about 2 years old. He is a sweetheart, but they think he has to be an only dog. So if you have other dogs or cats in the house, I guess they're saying that they would prefer it, that Cristiano be an only dog. So Cristiano and a lot of the dogs and cats need to be adopted out. They take a lot of the animals from other agencies that would have been put down, and they bring them in. They give them a home there until they get their forever home. And that's what I love. So those proceeds, again, going to Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. So live auction, silent auction, great food, whiskey, wine, and a little motivation sprinkled in. Doesn't that sound like a perfect night? I'm going to tell you, we are halfway being sold out. Yes, I was looking at the tickets last night. We're halfway there. So do not wait. Go to TheRealMonicaAdams.com, my website. Click on what's new and buy your tickets. It's a great night out. It's coming up in the next few weeks. Don't wait to the last second. Look, you're going to go out anyway. You're going to spend money. You would probably spend, what, $75, $100, $150 possibly on a great night out with good food, with good drinks, with incredible friends and family. Well, why don't you make it a part of your weekend and spend it with us? So put it on the calendar right now. Get those tickets. Again, TheRealMonicaAdams.com and click on what's new. Let's see. I'm going to take a quick break. So we are talking about fall, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all being rushed together. And that's what I feel like, rushed. And then the topic of the day that we're going to get into here in about the next 10 to 15 minutes. I had a lot of you that have been writing, and they're discussing the fact, and it's kind of the whole rush thing also. Well, think back when you were looking forward to certain birthdays. Okay, what's the first one? 16, right? Oh my gosh, I can't wait to drive. That's the first. Or maybe even becoming a teenager, which is my godchild's going to be 13 next month. Maybe that's the first one. Oh my gosh, hey, Ma, now I want to be a teenager. Then you get to be, I can't wait to be 16 because I get to drive. And then what's the next one? 21, right? Some people say 25 after that. Otherwise, it's 21 and then 30. And then is that when you stop caring about birthdays? That no longer do you want the next one to come? Because I have a friend who just turned 30 and she's like, oh my God, I feel so old. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 seems to be the one that makes a lot of people upset and depressed. And I'm like, why? I just turned 52 and I feel like my life just began all over again. It's like an awakening. It's you have this incredible knowledge that you can pass along. And I want to do that, by the way. I hope that we affect the youth and the seniors. So when I personal trained, my youngest was 10, my oldest was 95. Run the gamut there of affecting people's lives, mentally, physically, spiritually. And that's what I want to do on this show. So I want the kids to be listening in. I love the fact that I have a 20-year-old that I'm life coaching right now. And she's telling all of her friends, Monica, you have changed my life. And it really brings me to tears. I mean, my heart is so full to think that what God is giving me, what my dad's giving me from above, those thoughts, those counseling moments are changing her life to pay it forward to her younger generation. But that's the whole thing. When you're thinking about ages, first of all, can we just be in the age and appreciate what we have, the blessings that we have? Stay with that, not dread the next age that's coming up. So that's the topic that not just one, but a handful of you have said, can you discuss how we approach those next ages and are okay with the ages? Okay with turning 40, okay with turning 50. I'd love to know, by the way, if you're willing to tell me the ages that you are and if you did the same thing. If you thought, oh God, I have no desire to turn 35, 40, 50, 60, 70. My mom's now 85 and we got a chance to get together with an old friend from college. I personal train her daughter now, but haven't seen her mom since we played my old college soccer days. She, my mom, myself, and my friend from college, we all got together yesterday. And literally, it was like 30 years hadn't passed. And we just sat there and we reminisced and we had great times. And I said, yeah, my mom's 85. And then she said, I think she said she was 78 or 79. They're both so full of life. The beautiful women, but so full of life again on the inside. And I was like, that's it. You don't care about the next age and the next gray hair and the next wrinkle. And oh my God, there's cellulite. Oh, there's a little belly. Oh, there's some hips showing. Who cares? If I can get more of you to do what exactly this show is called, be real, I think you'll enjoy life a little bit more. And that's what we're going to discuss. Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com. Welcome back and happy Friday to you. So it is October 13th. How do you think the weather's been this week? I think it's pretty, very, very fall-esque. Pretty this morning. I'm actually going to wrap up the show in about an hour. I'm going to go out and take the dogs for a nice walk or maybe even a hike. It's a pretty day. I told you to grab that umbrella though, just in case, because we've got kind of a mixed bag of weather that we've seen this week. Some of you have had rain. Some of you said, nope, no rain yet. I do want to know, are you done mowing? Are you done doing the outside yard? Do you think it's over? My husband mowed the grass yesterday. It looks great. But I was like, oh, hopefully that's the last time this season. He's like, I doubt it. I also was upset because I didn't get a heads up that our palm trees were going to be taken. I all of a sudden looked and I'm like, something's missing. Oh yeah, 6 palm trees are gone. So, Florida Direct Palm Trees, which was one of our sponsors for a while. Now, this is the time that they come and they pick everything up, usually by the middle of October, and then they put it in a greenhouse. It's a really cool concept. So if you've ever wanted the look of, that tropical feel, and since we don't have the tropical zone, you can buy they're ours. You buy the palm trees, but then they pick them up in October and then they bring them back to you in May and they keep them in a greenhouse. It's really cool, but this is the time I hate. So you really have to just decorate up so that you don't look outside and see the fact that they're bare. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about a few things today. The fun part, actually they both will be, because it'll be interesting to see what you all have to say. The fun part that we started with is, how many of you right now are mixing Halloween, fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas all over your house? I don't mean necessarily decorating, but buying it all. Because I think we just need to relax and go one at a time, folks, one at a time, one at a time. I've got fall right behind me. So we've got some of the fall stuff. And I also have it behind me on the runner on the counter with some mixed in fall candles and stuff like that. I don't go too crazy. And then we got Halloween mixed in. Okay. So some of you are doing that, I would imagine. Then do you have Thanksgiving just so ready to go? And then do you have Christmas? Do you do Christmas? This is what I'm going to find out with all of you. Do you do Christmas before you see Santa Claus on the Macy's Day Parade? Jim says that's when Christmas begins. When the big man shows up on the Macy's Day Parade, it's okay to put your Christmas stuff out. That's straight from the man himself. What do you think about that? All right, let's go to some of your comments. Happy day for me, picking up my friends at Lambert this afternoon that have been in the Holy Land. Oh, wow. And finally have a flight home. Leona, I'm so glad to hear that your family and friends are safe. And to all, I haven't looked at the number, and I don't want to put in bad news, actually, but you all know what's going on with Hamas and Israel. I don't want to discuss that today. We've been discussing it. Just be aware of it. And if you want to dig into it, you can do just that. I know the graphic images are a little too much to handle. You walk in front of the TV, the news is on, your kids see it and the horror on their face. I hope you address that. I hope you sit down with them. I hope you don't just let it be in their brains and they can't get it to go out of their brains, and then they're suffering with mental health and they don't know what the heck it is. So remember, the kids are aware. The kids are watching. Watch what they're looking at when you've got the TV on, please. That's what I'm asking. Way to go, Anne. Oh, getting her workout in. Yeah. Carrie. Well, hi, Carrie. We haven't seen you in a while. Good morning, everyone. Hey, Michelle, I'm fine. I told her you were worried about her. We're opening earlier, so I have to watch most days on repeat, but not today. We did. We loved having Carrie in here, every one of you. But Carrie was on the show a handful of months ago, and I just love the fact that she opened up and finally felt free to tell her story. It was such a beautiful one. By the way, that is coming up very soon. We will be dropping the show with Carrie and with Janice on our audio podcast, which drops on Thursdays, by the way. Yesterday was Sally Drake, a lot of great ones. You've got to go there, follow the audio podcast platform. And hey, I also want you to follow. I hope I don't leave the camera. You'll have to let me know if I leave here for a second. I want to grab something. Here we go. So I want to share this. I'm going to put it in the comments because I didn't want my sister-in-law or Michelle to have to do this. Okay, I'm going to put this in the comments for you. Last Friday, an incredible episode by the Grunt Style guys. So you know the shirts that have the rifles across, and it says 1776 US, and it says, "This we'll defend," right? Our country. We are heroes, the military, the first responders, they are defending us. Well, they asked me to collaborate with them, and I was so proud to do so because they found out, like, wow, Monica's mission is the same as ours, that we all have to be taken care of mentally, spiritually, and physically. So they got together with me, told me they were going to do this whole roundtable discussion, told me that they were going to talk about how we have to take care of our military, our men and women that are fighting right now, our men and women that have fought decades ago, and that we really care about them. How do we take care of them, though, when they do that transition back into life? Because that's what's the hardest, when they strip that armor off, strip off the uniform, and then they feel bare. Like, who are they? Well, we did a sit-down, 10-hour amazing shoot. And I'll tell you what, their media staff is incredible. I mean, they brought me to tears when I just watched 30 seconds of a promo. I'm going to drop here a link for you. Boom. There we go. Oops. Oh, it said we encountered an area. We weren't able to post comment to those channels. Oh, let me see. I might not be, it's saying I can't do it. All right, later I'll get it. Or if I can send it to Tina or Michelle, I'll have them drop it in. But it is a series that dropped last Friday, and that was on mental. And it's about a 2-hour show. So what I want you to do is take some time this weekend. Maybe you watch it in increments, but it's going to change your life. I mean, truly, it's a wake-up call of what we need to do. Stop Soldier Suicide, which we had Chuck Eastman on. We had JD and Angel on. They are the ones behind the Triangular Compass. I had Boone Cutler. I had Tim Jensen on. They are the president of the Grunt Style Foundation and the author behind the Citizen's Guide to Fifth Generation Warfare. That was a beautiful show that we did a few weeks back, just talking about the collaboration. Well, now it's out. So I want you to do it like an episodic series. I want you to watch it. Last Friday was on mental. Today, the series drops on the body, what we need to do to take care of our body. And then next Friday, they drop the spirit episode. So 3 episodes, and you can go to AmericanGrit.com. You can go to gruntstylefoundation.org, stopsoldiersuicide.org, follow them, subscribe, by the way, because this is kind of a soft launch that's going out to all of you because you're a viewer of the show. You get the benefits of things early, and then all the subscribers to Grunt Style or their American Grit or Grunt Style Foundation, they're seeing it. Then there will be a big push. So we are thrilled to be a part of that because that takes our platform with their platform and it just grows. The reason why we always say for you to like and share and follow, which I'm going to put right here on your screen, is because we do want to reach the masses. We do want to have an impact. We do want to change the world. If one of you changes your life and you were just in a horrible, horrible place, I mean, imagine when you're not in a good space, head space, heart space, spirit space, your body is overweight, you feed it crap. You're not doing the things that we ask you to do to take care of you. You're in a miserable place. Nothing good happens in a miserable space. And these horrible things that we see in the world is because nobody intervened and got to those people early to take care of them. They're suffering. They're rooted in the past. And that's it. That's why I coach. That's why I counsel. It's why I personal train. It's why I do this show. It's why I motivational speak. All of those things to affect just one that then affects the masses. And isn't that a beautiful thing to think that we may have saved some horrific thing from happening because we entered in to the head space and the heart space and the spirit space of changing someone? That's what we're all trying to do. So I don't know. I think it's because I'm on here live that I can't do it. But if somebody that, I don't know if Tina or Michelle have that link. If not, give me 1 second here. I am going to forward it to both of those beautiful ladies and see if I can get them to drop it in the comments for you, because that's the one first and foremost on mind. That was the series that dropped last Friday, and then today again, body and then spirit. So 3 series, and I think we're going to be doing a lot of other things together. In fact, yesterday I got a message from them asking if I was interested in investigative journalism, and I thought, oh, now what are we doing? What are you laying on my plate? I love a challenge, so there might be some more things that we're doing. Let's see. Michelle says, I'm done after Christmas. It comes down after New Year's, and then the house is sad and empty. But see why? This is what I'm going to bring up. And I promise you, we will get into the other topic, or we may have to table it and do it another day. Let's see how much fun we have together with this. So, why make the house sad and empty? Why not be creative and innovative? And go from Christmas and New Year's, and then you've got to do something else, because otherwise, I agree. It's winter. You look outside, it's miserable looking because of all the snow. It's blustery, it's cold, the winds are just crazy. Everyone's all bundled up, and you can't barely see anybody. Everybody's shaking. You try to look at somebody in their eye, and they're like, I am so cold. I got to get inside. And no one wants to interact with anybody. So bring them into your home, and then you're like, oh, the home doesn't look good. There's nothing decorated. What could you do? So this is how we come up with ideas, and then someone might run with it and actually turn it into a business. Why not have something to look forward to after Christmas? What would your house look like? What would you do? There we go. There's my question. What would you do after Christmas to make it still sing? I love for a house to sing. And when it's all decorated up all year long, I just want to see it inside and outside. So Trimlight did my idea back when I was in my teens of having your house lit up all year long. What about what happens on the inside? And I know you have interior decorating, and the house itself can look beautiful by the decorations you have. But what about something that spruces it up and makes you think of a holiday? Let me know that. Sean, good morning. Never decorate for Christmas till after Thanksgiving. Boom. There you go, Leona. Tina, we love our sponsors. Yes, you can be one as well. Email info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Again, Tina Freeze Adams. It's Tina Adams, but that's what you see it as. And Michelle, they're both moderating for me this morning. But Tina's going to be taking over. She's going to take the reins for the next couple of weeks as Michelle drops over to Malta and has a little time off, and she deserves it. Good morning, Rick Patton. How are you? Have a great weekend. Yeah, see, Michelle and Tina are both moderating. We do love our sponsors. Treader and Marsala, love the Comarax. Carrie, I'm single, don't have a lot of company, so rarely decorate for the holidays, but I dress up my drive-through for Christmas. Okay, let's address that. For those of you that are single, don't you think you deserve to have a home that looks beautiful? Don't do it for somebody else. Don't do it because somebody's going to come walking through the door and you want to have it ready for somebody else. You need to do it for you. What do I always say? You're the most important person in the equation of your own life, so don't do it for anybody else. I had that mindset for a little bit, Carrie, and I thought, well, if we don't have a bunch of people over, or we're not going to have company, we're not going to host a holiday, we're not going to have a party, maybe we don't have to do the whole party inside the house. But if you always think that way, then you miss out. All those opportunities that you don't take, you're missing out on. Why wouldn't you? Do it for yourself. So when it comes time to Christmas, it is a lot of work. We take all the boxes out, just like all of you, decorate the house up, and then I hate taking it down, because then it's like Michelle said, it's what do you have to look forward to after that? Now you're taking all the happiness away. So how do you replace the happiness? Carrie, I encourage you this year, decorate for yourself and invite people over. Invite your friends over. Have Janice over. I know she's your mentor. Have friends over. Be the host, even if it's just a couple of people. It'll warm your heart. It'll make you feel so much happier when it's not just bare inside. So decorate. Light candles, by the way. That alone, what I just do right there, I lit up the blessed. And I did it because I think a lot of you hear me talk about this. And if you watch my old entertainment reports I used to do them here. And every one of the celebrities I interviewed were always like, I love what's above your fireplace. And I was like, yeah, that's why I did it. So I remember Matt Damon and Liam Neeson and let's see, Mark Wahlberg, everyone. Even, oh gosh, who else did I interview? I'm trying to remember. Oh, J-Lo, right? There was one other one, I forget. Anyway, they all commented on that, and they're like, oh, I love that too. So can you read that? It says, when I tell you I love you, I don't say it out of habit or to make conversation. I say it to remind you that you are the best thing that ever happened to me. So put those kind of things around your house as well. Put inspirational messages. You can write them yourself. A lot of you that are really arts and craftsy, which I'm not, and well, maybe a little bit, creative, make your own. Make those. There's classes, by the way, where they do that kind of stuff. That's the class I'd like to go to. When people say, oh, my friends don't want to do this, my friends don't want to do that, you got to think out of the box. Go to those kind of classes where you make the wood things that you hang. Instead of buying them, make them yourself. And then you're personalizing it. But Carrie, I encourage you and everybody else, decorate for yourself. It's not for everybody else. Do it for yourself. You'll feel more fulfilled when you do it for yourself. Okay, Pam says, I love my Christmas trees, but don't turn the lights on until after Thanksgiving. We have to be thankful first. But this year, not sure how I am doing my trees. We have a puppy that gets in everything. Okay, for those of you that have puppies, great. I'm glad that came up. You got to put like a little fencing around it. I learned that from my dog Kira eating up all of my ornaments and then eating the wire. Yeah, Kira eating the wire in the Christmas tree. And then after that, I thought, well, they don't know any better unless you teach them. You got to put like a little fencing around it, and then they can't get into it. Try that. Otherwise, you might have to put it in a room that you block off that they can't get into. But what do you think about the idea that Michelle has of decorating the tree for not just Christmas? You've got it in your mind. You got to go somewhere else because everybody looks at the tree and thinks it's a Christmas tree. But what if it's not? What if it's not just a Christmas tree? What if you give it a little sprinkling of Halloween, a little sprinkling of Thanksgiving, and then Christmas? And then what happens after Christmas? That's what I want to know. Julie, is he a big dog? Cristiano, he's a medium-sized dog, and he is gray. He's got a little white mark on him. Soft, velvety soft, hilarious. I'm telling you, when I went to Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue, he jumped up and was like, "Hi, I'm Cristiano." Literally, if he had a voice, that's what he said. And I was like, this little baby is adorable. We have, as you hear, 3 dogs. Jim's like, don't you dare go to that event on November 4th and try to bring Cristiano home. And I'm like, what if we adopt him? No. What if we foster him? He's like, no. Okay, what if I bring him there and he looks in the face of each and every one of you and somebody says, oh my gosh, he's got my heart, and we adopt him? That's what I'm going to try to do. So Cristiano and other dogs are going to hopefully be there that night. If not, we will absolutely have pictures. Maybe we have some videos that we'll walk around and show you. I've got a lot of ideas of what I want to do in order to get them adopted out. But when you come to any kind of a gala, any kind of a fundraising event, the more you put in front of the people who are spending the money on the silent auction items, the live auction items, the more you put whatever it is that they're raising money for in front of them, don't you spend more? I think so. So that's why I want to try to have either one or multiple dogs there that night. And Cristiano's one of them. Cristiano is a mix. I mean, they said they would love to do a DNA on him. He probably has a little Staffordshire Terrier in him. They think he might have a little Mastiff. Who knows? That's the problem. When you're adopting a dog that is a mixed breed from a shelter, from a great organization like the APA, like the Humane Society, like Stray Rescue, like Open Door Animal Sanctuary, like Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. They take them in because they want to give them a good home until they get their forever home. They don't know what they are. And I'm so glad, by the way, that organizations stopped telling you what the dogs are, because here's what would happen. And this is so frustrating. Don't you fall in love with the animal and you should keep them? You don't return them because it's not a this dog or that dog. I remember getting Tessa, and they said that she was a boxer shepherd mix. Now, would I have taken her home, did a DNA test on her, find out that she's not a boxer at all, and return her? No, but people, I mean, the stories you would hear from the rescues, and Jessica might even tell us that when she's on with us again next month. That's what happens. People are like, oh, I thought I had a boxer. I thought I had a shepherd. Oh my gosh, I thought I had a lab. It's not. I better take him back. Why? Is somebody going to judge you because it's not the dog you thought it was? It's better. You get to find out. It's exciting. I did a DNA on both of these babies that are laying here with us. Let me show you, by the way. Look at that goofball. Say hello. Hi. You want a treat? Oh, she did. She is sleepy. She didn't even raise up for that. And then can you see the other one in the background? That's our other rescue. Hey, Opus, want some cheese? Do you see him raise his head? He's right there. And then upstairs is the Barker. So I did a DNA test on them. Have any of you done that, by the way? We got a lot of comments I got to get to. I did a DNA on her, Tessa, 75% Australian Shepherd. And boy, when I started to look into that breed, she is that all day, every day. That energy, that feistiness. She doesn't do the herding as much as I think that they do. So 75% Australian Shepherd. Sorry, no. Sorry. 75% Australian cattle dog. That's it. 75% Australian cattle. She is a little bit of shepherd, a little, and then a little collie in her. Okay. This goofball is 50% dachshund. She is 25% Australian cattle, which is why they have the same kind of similar markings. And I will walk them and people will say, oh, are they related? I was like, no, that's a dachshund. And then this is a cattle dog. She's got a little cattle in her, and you got to love this. 50, 25. So that makes up 75%, right? Dachshund, Australian cattle. And then she's got Akita in her. That little tiny dog has Akita in her, which is why that dog can't figure out what she is. But it's so cool. And then behind, again, he is full-blown Shiba Inu. And so for those of you that think you have to go buy a dog because you want a specific breed, Go look at the shelters. They've got, in fact, for those of you that love this breed, they look like little foxes. You do look like a fox, Opus. Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue told me that they just got 3 Shiba Inus in. Now, I think one of them might be a dad and the other 2 might be sons. He does have eye issues, and that's what's sad because I remember our dog Nico and Kira, by the way, had some eye issues. But that you never know. You might have that mixed in with several breeds, by the way. You never know what you're getting. You're just going to give them a lot of love, but don't return them because they're not what you thought they were. But I do love the fact, again, that organizations are no longer telling you what they think the breed might be because they found out that people were returning them because they weren't what the person was told. Well, they're just guessing, and I'm so glad they're not guessing anymore. They shouldn't. You've got to do a true DNA if you want to know that. Okay, Carrie, I'll be 60 in 2025, and she says she can't wait. So that's the other part of our topics today. We were talking about, do you dread some of the ages? So you can mix in. We're talking about a lot of fun things today. Do you dread certain ages? Kathleen Moore said she's 64, and each day is a blessing, so much that life has to offer. Boom, blessed. You're blessed to have you're blessed to have air in your lungs. You're blessed to be alive. Share it with others. Don't dread 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Love the fact that life is there. But you know what? That's a good question, though. Do you get to a certain age and then say, okay, now I'm really blessed to be alive? But do you go from like 30 to 50 dreading and then you try to get a little bit past 50, you're 55, and then you start to have the happiness come into play again? That's a good question for you. Because are there certain years you dread and then you start to wake up again? Because I said I hit 50 a couple of years ago, and I will tell you I guess I'm blessed, boom, that I've never had a birthday that's bothered me. But I've watched some truly deep depression happen when people got to a certain age. So that's what we're going to ask. That part, again, a lot of followers asking me to address certain ages that come up in their life that they get frustrated. And then we're talking about the decorations for the holidays and how do you find your happiness after Christmas or even from right now? Because seasonal affective disorder we've talked about in the past. That was a good show. You should probably go back and look at that one. Yeah, that happens to a lot of your family and friends or even you right now. As we start to get cold, it's darker earlier. It stays dark until a little bit later in the morning. People hate it. They get frustrated. Got to keep those happy hormones, the dopamine, the serotonin levels, everything. We got to keep everything going high. How do you do that? When Michelle just said, you take everything down decoration wise and it gets sad and empty. How do we prevent the sad and emptiness from happening in your brain? How do you keep the holiday look going around your house? That's what I want to know. We got a lot to talk about here in the next half hour. Think about this. When's the last time you called your doctor at 2 o'clock in the morning and he actually answered? Well, at Innovair Health Advocates, their patients are special. Their doctors, nurse practitioners, their care team care deeply about your health, your family, your work, and even your pet. Their clinicians are accessible and they lead your care in and out of the hospital. In fact, Dr. Charles Willie offers his cell phone number to his patients to ensure they can intervene early in your illness. They can provide care above and beyond, offering lab, x-ray, echocardiogram, and other treatments in their office. Innovair Health Advocates with 5 locations on both sides of the river. Check them out, innovairhealth.com. Welcome back. I also want to thank our growing list of sponsors, as you see at the bottom of the screen. And one of them in the last couple of months became Kathy Kilo Peterson. Did you see her story? She was on Tuesday. So again, we're on Facebook streaming live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. We're also on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's where we're going to drop some bonus content that maybe our Facebook followers don't get a chance to see. So you need to be on both. And then you need to tell all your family and friends to be on both. Kathy Kilo Peterson talked about her child being abducted 3.5 years ago and the spirit of a mom knowing that they will be reunited. Did you see that show? Did you hear about that show? That will end up being one of our audio podcasts. For real. That was an incredible show that probably blew you away. And now we're all on a mission to reunite that beautiful daughter, Lucy, to her mama. Kathy Kilo Peterson, State Farm Agent, kkilo.com, 636-561-6460. Truly caring. Again, what do you have to lose? Call them up, call her and say, I want to get a quote for free. And then she'll give you a $25 gift card. I mean, what do you have to lose? Supplemental insurance you might need. You might need, again, supplement life. Maybe you need for your home. You got damage. We actually have an adjuster coming over today because of some roof damage that we had from hail. And there was some hail, by the way, just the other day that some of you may have had damage from. So yeah, I mean, they're always there 24 hours a day. They're getting phone calls, many times beating Red Cross to the scene, she said, beating others to the scene, maybe even beating some first responders. I mean, they get that call and boom, they're there because they know that they want to take care of you. So yeah, Kathy Kilo Peterson, check her out. What a beautiful human being she is, and her entire staff, by the way, among them about 130 years of service in the service industry. So thank you, Kathy, for being one of our sponsors. All right, taking comments from you. If you're just tuning in, again, I would love to know. Some of you are telling me your age, and I love it. Thank you, by the way. And you're saying you're happy, and each day is a blessing. So much that life has to offer. Linda said, I am 65. A perk for that age. Medicare. See, there's always something. She said, woohoo. But seriously, I don't feel a day over 45. I think that happens a lot. When you really love life, people say, oh my gosh, there's no way you're this. Like, people look at my mother and say, there's no way she's 85. People look at a 70-year-old when you're full of life and they say, there's no way. So is there an age that frustrated you? Is there an age that you didn't look forward to? Did you hit an age and you couldn't wait to get to the next one because then you felt like, I'm over the hump and now I'm going to be happy again? Again, I felt blessed because there was never an age that I hit or that I was dreading. But I've watched a lot of men. I've seen a lot of men get frustrated going to the age of 50. My husband just turned 60. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, he doesn't look 60. I agree. He looks fantastic, but he's around happiness. He's got a woman that deeply supports and protects him. And as he does for me, we love each other deeply. We laugh together on a regular basis. I think laughter is a huge part of keeping you young and healthy and happy. Yeah, I mean, there's times where he'll look in the mirror and go, oh, I look older. Oh, I got wrinkles. And I'm like, you're handsome as hell. I love you. You've got to lift each other up, by the way. Don't agree with them. Don't say, yes, you look like you're getting older. Don't say you look like you're putting on some weight. Don't draw attention to it because they already feel it. So if they have a little weight coming on them, you know what? Find something that will make them happy. I think Jim got a really good comment from a guy the other day, or from a woman and a guy actually, that said, don't just tell your wife that she's beautiful. Because, that's just a comment that we almost likened it to like cat calls, like a woman walking down the street and someone going, right? And you're just like, okay, yeah, whatever. But bring something else out of them. Like, tell them you're proud of them because fill in the blank. Oh my gosh, look at that outfit you put together and the creativity you put into it. Or if they really are creative, the amount of effort they put into decorating something from your house. Then tell them, I love you so much. You're an incredible mother. You're an incredible wife. You're an incredible daughter. You do this. You're actually pulling something out about their characteristics. So this husband-wife team was telling me and Jim that, and Jim was like, wow, yeah, that's really true. And I said, see, honey, instead of just walking out, like tonight, we're going to go to this gala. And if there's still tickets available, by the way, the Bread and Butter Gala, the first ever at the Chase Park Plaza. We're going to that to support Bridge Bread. Fred Domke was on with us a few weeks ago. Fred and his staff doing great things with Bridge Bread. So we're going to that. But I said, if you come out of the bedroom and you're like, oh, you're gorgeous. Oh, you look hot or whatever, go beyond like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you interviewed this guy and that we're going to be turned, onto an organization we didn't know about. All those things. You understand that? I think it makes you think a little bit more. It makes you come out of the box and see life in a different way. I thought it was really interesting. So I wanted to pass that along to you. Stephanie says, I'm 66 and on my 50th birthday, my friends and I went to Disney World, had a blast. When I turned 60, my sisters and my mom had a surprise party for me here. I'm living my best life. I love it. Yep, we just had a 60th for Jim, actually. I can't even begin to tell you how incredible that was to have all of my family and friends, a lot of them, I should say, drive down to Alabama and celebrate. Do that, by the way. Celebrate the birthdays. Don't dread them. Okay, Anne's going back to the one holiday at a time. We're talking about that too. One holiday at a time, Christmas after Thanksgiving. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Ron. Boom. Is that I see some Google Drives in here. That might be what I was asking for earlier. Possibly. I will find out. That might be what I was asking. Okay. A lot of people are you sharing my YouTube page to get people to follow? I'm trying to think. We're going back a little bit here. Julie Purcell, good morning. Carrie, I posted the link off your YouTube page. Okay, thank you so much, Carrie. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, by the way, everybody, let me take a picture of this because this is showing how much we are growing. Boom. Anybody paying attention to how many people are on right now? 80. 80. That is the most I think I've ever seen. Now, I don't get a chance to watch and see the numbers on a regular basis, but hey, love it, everybody. Um, who's typing as me? Pray for me, LOL. Is that Tina as me? I don't know, but that's me typing. That's not actually me typing though. Yes, when I was single, my mom told me to decorate a Christmas tree for myself. It did bring me joy. Kathy, thank you. That's what I was telling Carrie. Carrie, don't not decorate because you don't think anybody's coming over. You do it for yourself. Then take pictures, by the way. I mean, that's the great thing. Everybody's on social media. Take pictures of the house. Take pictures. People get creative ideas and they're like, oh, look what you did with that. I want to do that at my home. You don't know. You can inspire somebody else just by putting a picture out there. Julie says decorate it for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, and so forth. Exactly. Missy Donner, one of my favorite clothing stores. Which one? I'm behind in the comments. Are you talking about Mark Anthony's? Darn it. I don't know. I put so much out there, and that's why we have moderators, because I just drop things in because I just love to support local. I don't care what they are as long as you can give them a forever home. Yes, that's the dogs. Who cares? Just they have a lot of love to give you. Linda, snowmen come out in December and stay up through January. They could stay up through February and March, though. We get snow through March. We've even had snow on Easter, and they could still be snowmen on Easter. Okay, Marilyn, I love signs and inspirational anything. My grade school friend Joan just captured this sign for me that I have in the family room. She did a great job. It says this: please remember, your job is the dream of the unemployed. Your house is the dream of the homeless. Your smile is the dream of the depressed. Your health is the dream of those who are sick. Beautiful things happen when you distance yourself from negativity. Boy, that's so true. Find something to be grateful for. Monica, I thought of you when I saw this. Oh my gosh, Marilyn, that's got all of us that watch this show. That's got us written all over it. Missy, when DNA testing first came out to us in vet med, we never thought it would take off like it did. Oh, it's one of my favorite things that I got introduced to. It's so fun to find out. It's fun for us too, as medical professionals, to guess before the test. Guessing's great, but labeling, and I think that's truly what happened, labeling a dog and then having them returned just used to break my heart. So I'm glad they don't do it anymore. I have signs in every room. I do crafting classes with wood crafts and signs at the Fancy Crow Gifts and Decor in Bonne Terre. All right, there's another place to check out. Okay, Pam says, I'm 55 this year. I love Christmas up in the house. It makes me happy. Pamela, I turned 66 October 10th and have no regrets. My husband and I celebrated at Trattoria Marsala. Thanks for the recommendation. Oh, Pam, I'm so glad that you went. I'll have to let them know that you came over there. Anybody else get a chance to go over there after our wonderful package that we did? I hope so. Tina says, I love the idea of Friendsgiving. I've never went to one of those. I was invited. I think the thing had to get canceled. It was probably around the time of the shutdown. Probably. Yeah, I would love a Friendsgiving. That's a great idea. By the way, Tina, you're doing a great job moderating. I love you. Look at her. She's just cutting and pasting. Miss a live show. It's all good. Catch the replay anytime. Yeah, we've got shows, by the way, stacked up back in March when it was just this, but I wasn't all in a studio or anything. We came to you on this, right? We came to you on the phone. We started the idea, and the idea just took off, and it warms my heart to see this audience grow. 71 of you care enough to change your life, to have a little fun in the morning, and to not turn on that thing right there. See that? That's not on. It's rarely on, by the way, when I'm here. Jim turns it on, but it's just for noise because of what he does for a living, right? It's the separation. And we talked about, the episode of Mind and Body and Spirit that the Grunt Style guys are putting on. That's for first responders and for military. He needs that to be on for noise, for after what he sees when he's a police officer, what he sees throughout the day. For me, it's this. Quiet. I turn the radio on. I might ask for a little meditation music from Alexa. I don't want to say her name because she's going to start playing something. And she'll start playing stuff at your house too. I just love the fact that, we need some inspiration. We need to change our minds. We need to change our mindset. We need to wake up with more stuff like this. And then we go off for a walk and continue to feed it. When I walk, I might listen to something positive, other people's podcasts, maybe that I've been on with them or that I've just discovered, or I turn on some music that I love, whatever it is to keep your heart happy, to keep the happiness going for you. Lisa Duff. Hi, Lisa. Lisa says, volunteer. If you love a cause or a charity, you can volunteer and connect with others that have a similar interest. Makes you feel great inside and out. Absolutely. And there are so many organizations that need that. Leona, no matter what the season, I have Zen. I just said it, right? Zen and spa music playing and a lavender candle or spruce aroma at Christmas. Nothing is cozier in the gloom of the winter than the fireplace going. Yeah, the crackling sounds. These items can make my day. Yeah, I love the fact that if you don't have a tree, by the way, or if you want to have more of that real smell of the true Fraser fir, just get the spray it on the tree, spray it throughout the house. Yes, it's igniting the senses, Leona. That's so true. So mentally, what you're thinking about, what you're smelling, what you're hearing. We think about old songs that we heard when we were younger, and it brings back a great memory. Same thing. You want to keep that kind of stuff going. And a lot of times it could simply be from something like that. Boom, a candle. Those candles mixed together, a little maple, bourbon, mixing in the smell of the fireplace. I don't have the fire going yet, but it smells like fire. Do those things until you turn the fire on, which is, by the way, right around the corner. Stephanie, we helped my sister decorate her house for Christmas. She sometimes has a hard time because her husband passed away before the holiday. That's hard too. When you think about losing someone right up against the holiday, and then the holidays, you got to try to change their spirit. Otherwise, they forever don't look forward to the holidays. There's so many things going in life, right? We've just got to ask, be kinder human beings. My life coaching class last night, by the way, was pretty powerful. And we talked about what's happening in the world right now with Hamas, the attacks on Israel. And we said, do you watch the news? Do you look at the graphic images? Do you just immerse yourself in news because you're a news junkie? And how does that serve you, by the way? Or does it make you so angry and you don't realize why you're lashing out at your family members, why you're yelling at your kids, why you're so, your heart is so all over the place? And a lot of it is because of what you're seeing that is polarizing on the news. And they all were like, yeah. And I said, but do you turn a deaf ear to it? Do you turn a blind eye to it? Or do you say, what can be done? I told them, until we can do something, why don't you just ask everybody around you if they're okay? Like if you look at someone, or you look at someone that might fit into the culture of what is happening in the world, go up to them and tell them, I support you. I don't hate this culture or that culture. And they were like, oh yeah, that's true. And I said, or like one of the girls said, sometimes I feel like I just bury my head in the sand. I was like, that's never going to help. So yes, we got to do something. We just got to be kinder. You know how I end every show. We just got to be kinder, and who knows who we affect at that point. Linda, a favorite phrase: life's a journey, enjoy the ride. Right. That's there's an old country song that has that in it. Something on those lines. Absolutely. Carrie, sounds good. Never had a surprise party. You need one. Somebody throw Carrie a surprise party. Richard said, I turned 59 yesterday. Happy birthday, our friend. Richard Melching Sr. Here's a little song for you. Ready? I got to clear my throat. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Richard. Happy birthday to you. Little jazzy version. You're a wonderful man, and thank you so much for watching each and every day. We greatly appreciate it, and healing energy to you, my friend. I always feel good, but didn't like turning 30. Okay, why? Felt really old after the young 20s. Never minded any age, but when I reached 70s, that sounded old. Then 2 knee replacement surgeries in 12 months. You do feel a bit older, but keep kicking and moving and walking every day. Again, breath in your lungs. That means you are this. You are blessed. Why would you not want to be 30? That's so funny. Now you look back and go, I'd love to be 30 again. We always want what we don't have anymore. My snowmen come down usually at Valentine's Day. By then I'm ready for spring. Yeah, right. But keep changing the season. So you keep changing and you have that happiness in you. Attitude has a huge impact on how a person feels about their life. I know some younger people who act older than some older people, Kathy says. And Terry, we went there last night. It was great. Very good toasted wraps. Oh, there we go. So Terry said she used to live by Trattoria Marsala and she never went in. And then she took her mama. Her mom's in town from Florida. I love it. I love that you all went. Yes, the food is unbelievable. Missy Donner said I was talking about the Grunt Style store. Oh, yes. So she posted a link, by the way. They have clothes. That's the Grunt Style Foundation, but they Grunt Style, just the clothing line alone. They've got clothes for men and women, and I'm told that they have incredible shirts that feel really great, but it's also the message. Like, this we will defend. Sean Smith. Sean, that looks like a new name. Are you new to the show? Hello and welcome, by the way. After the winter holidays, I try to look for events to look forward to. For example, concerts, trivia nights, sporting events, Mardi Gras, etc. Plus, notice the daylight does start to get longer after New Year's Day. I love that. Tina says, I'd love to volunteer to feed our veterans for the holidays. There we go. Boom. Pam Brandt, I have a collection on snowflakes and I leave them out until February. There we go. Richard, let's see. Richard said, awesome. Okay, Tina and Michelle doing a great job talking about missing live shows. If you want to book our team, yes. For those of you that don't know, do you know everything that our team does? Well, let me let you know. Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com.
It's the icing on the cake.
The final brush stroke.
The finishing touches make all the difference in your home, too.
Have fun and get started at carolhouse.com/room planner.
With thousands of accessories in our 3.5-acre showrooms.
Get your picture perfect room and the lowest prices in the country at Carol House.
Because you like nice things.
You know, of course, it's great to get outside and enjoy the warm weather, but when it's time to relax indoors, be sure your home stays cool with equipment and service from my friends at Aldon. 24-hour emergency service available. At Aldon, it's their commitment to continue providing above and beyond HVAC service for all of their customers. They truly care about the air you breathe. Call them today at 314-567-5585 or on the web, aldon.com. That's al-don.com, 314-567-5585. Well, welcome back again. I am so happy to have had so many of you on today. I believe that today, October 13th, we can mark it on the calendar for all of you that have been watching the evolution of this show back on March 1st. And then we move into May and we had the keys and we opened up the door to the dream. We took an office space that had ugly carpeting and a red radiator and maybe cream colored paint. We turned it into that beautiful Invita Health and Wellness set with palm trees, with beautiful furniture from Carol House Furniture, just with candles from Mark Anthony's. I mean, it's just the beauty, the smells, and everything of the mission that we wanted to do, the warmth that when people walk in, they all go, oh, it's so pretty in here. It's an office space, but it's more than that. It's a vision. It's dreams, it's possibilities, it's blessings. All of that became a part of my dream. And we launched it. And thanks to you, we would not be here if it wasn't for each and every one of you watching and growing. Today, 80 live people. That's the most I've seen since we launched. And that means we're going to keep going. We are just starting. It's just a brushstroke. What I want to do is give you a little rundown of some things coming up this weekend that maybe you haven't thought about. Maybe you're looking for something to do. Because a lot of times people will wait until Friday and then go, oh, well, I didn't want to plan too far in advance, but yeah, I might want to do that. So I saw that the Vintage Market Days, it's the 10th year that they've held the event, and they are going to do it from today through the 15th at the National Equestrian Center in Lake St. Louis. Their market has come a long way in the last 10 years. They're ready to make this event a wonderful celebration. So again, it's Vintage Market Days benefiting Stray Paws Adoptables. I love that. Again, it's going to be like flea market times 10. Featured in Country Living magazine as one of the top 7 barn sales and flea markets not to miss. So 10th anniversary. Congratulations. I was going to try to have them on the show, but we couldn't work it out. So I just told them I would give them a shout out to them. So again, it is today through the 15th, National Equestrian Center in Lake St. Louis, the 10th anniversary of Vintage Market Days. So check that out if you've never been to that. Also, we had Angie Kane and Sandy Smith on the other day, and we were talking about this. Let me throw this on. This might look silly, but I don't care. Oh yeah, it doesn't really fit too well. It's pretty big. Colton's Cause. And here's a sweatshirt for Colton. Colton is continuing his mission. He had a rare neurological disorder and mama lost him at the age of 21. Well, we want to keep his memory going. Love these. I wonder if you can get these. They're probably going to sell some of that. It's tonight, by the way. It is at the Crafty Chameleon in Ellisville. You want to go out and have a good time, go get some food, have some drinks, and then they're going to have some auction items, just a little bit, but it's more so about coming together and supporting a great cause. So Angie lost her son, Colton. That doesn't mean she just stops and says, I lost my kid. It's not fair, and I'm not going to take care of anybody else. Nope. She's now keeping his memory alive by starting that organization back when he passed back in 21. And now she's giving back. That legacy of his life continues on to help families who are suffering, families that need financial help when they are a mother, father, or siblings of a special needs child. So great show, by the way, if you missed that. Colton's Cause tonight. Stop by the Crafty Chameleon. Tell them you saw this on the show. So if you're out in Ellisville, that's happening. And then Bridge Bread. Can't wait for this. Doug Allison, Lisa Allison, thank you so much for inviting us. We are going to be at the 1219 Elite Events table. 1219 Elite Events for anything that you need. If you're putting on a big event and you want it well done, they can really help you with all the event planning. So 1219 Events, that's owned by Doug Allison, Lisa Allison. Thank you so much. Lisa just put a heart, by the way, loves to watch this show on a regular basis. So they are the ones that are producing the first ever Bread and Butter Gala, and it's going to be benefiting Bridge Bread, which Fred Domke was on with us, giving hope, giving job opportunities for our homeless, having them come in, teaching them skills. And then I understand a lot of you go to their location, again in the city, and you buy their wonderful pastries, the bread. And so that's one way for you to support and donate. But maybe if you want to, come out and join us. We're going to be at that tonight. Tickets probably still available for that. Again, it's the first ever Bread and Butter Gala to benefit Bridge Bread at the Chase Park Plaza tonight. So that's going on. Of course, I'm sure a lot of other things, but those are the ones that I wanted to tell you about. So yes, for everybody, ditto. I so appreciate you and your mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for putting Colton's Cause out there, Tina. Tina, again, has been doing a great job, learned so much, and look how fast she picked it up. Love it, love it, love it. For everybody, I just love the fact that we had so many people on. Again, having a good time today, talking about a lot of fun things and mixing stuff in. We got to give you a little inspiration. And we are almost through this, by the way. 52 habits to discover and strengthen your personal worth. Our friend who we've had on the show, Jeff Kozatek, he came up with the blueprint for value. We're already on 39. We're almost through the book, which means that when I'm mobile, I'm going to start introducing you to another one. Because when we're on set, we do 100 Days to Freedom by Stephen Arterburn. We sprinkle in those daily devotionals. We give you that kind of inspiration. And then we also have Jesus Calling, some devotionals from that I'll start mixing in. I just love spreading the positivity because we need more of that in our lives. So this is how we're going to wrap up the show right after this. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online envitahealthandwellness.com. All right, welcome back, everyone. It is time to wrap up our Friday edition. It's Friday the 13th, by the way. Don't be superstitious. Don't get crazy out there. Mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of life, and everyone makes them. You're not alone. Don't worry about it. Mistakes happen. It's a question of when, not if. You cannot eliminate or avoid the mistakes. They're going to happen. Just don't beat yourself up about it. A mistake does not have to be a loss. It can be an opportunity to learn. Gain some new perspectives. Find your next challenge. If you want to see a mistake as an impossible mountain, it will be, but it doesn't have to be. If mistakes are going to happen, why not take advantage of them? The more you face and learn from your mistakes, the more personal worth account deposits you make. Come on, give yourself the chance to succeed or fail without judgment. Don't let the mistake define who you are. So what's the takeaway from that? See mistakes for what they are, not who you are. See mistakes for what they are, not who you are. They don't define you. No way. All right, everybody. Lisa just posted the Bridge Bread link in case anybody want to buy any tickets and they want to join us. Please come and say hi or at least donate to that great organization. Love the positivity that I get from watching you. Well, thank you, Pam, but don't keep it all to yourself. Again, I want you to share and like and follow our live stream always. It says it right there at the bottom. We are live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. I do prefer to do the live shows with you. I know sometimes not all the guests can do live, so we record some, but I just missed that opportunity to interact like we did. We got to every one of the comments. We said hi to every one of you. And if you didn't get a chance to watch live and you're going to watch this on replay, trust me that I will pop into those comments and I will comment to you. I will make sure that you are known. I will make sure that you get answered. And it's me answering, not anybody else. My team will put the links in there. But when it comes from me after the show, it's coming from me. You're interacting with me. People will email me, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and they'll say, I'm not sure if Monica will read this. And I just smile and say, you're writing to me. You're writing to the real Monica Adams. Yes, we have a team. We need a village to put a lot of the things on that we are providing. But I promise you that if it's coming from me, it's coming from me. Nobody else is writing for me. I don't want to, as my mom said, don't ever get too big for your britches. I won't, Mama. I promise you. Everybody, have a beautiful weekend. Whatever you do, wherever you go, spread the kindness to each and every person. Go out and laugh. Have a great time. Decorate the house however you want to. Just fill your heart and soul. But remember, the most important thing, be kind. God bless you.